Hi, gentlemen. Let me ask you something. When was the last time you actually stepped outside first thing in the morning, before checking your phone, before your first cup of coffee, and let the light touch your face? For most men, the answer is probably, I don't remember. And yet, that one simple habit, getting real morning light, might be one of the most powerful, science-backed ways to increase your testosterone, your focus, and your overall vitality. It's not new. It's not a secret supplement or an exotic herb. It's something we've forgotten. Something every man used to do instinctively, before alarms, screens, and artificial lighting took over our mornings. Today, we're going to rediscover that forgotten habit and the powerful biology behind how sunlight can literally change how you feel, think, and perform. My name is Dr. Sienna Brooks, and for the last 15 years, I've been studying how small daily behaviors shape male hormones, especially in men over 50, because, contrary to what most people think, aging isn't what shuts down your testosterone. It's disconnection. Disconnection from your body's rhythm, your sleep cycle, your natural light exposure. The very cues your brain depends on to keep your hormones balanced. So let's start with the truth. Your testosterone follows a rhythm, a biological pattern called the circadian cycle. It's the same internal clock that tells you when to wake up, when to eat, and when to sleep. In healthy men, testosterone peaks in the early morning hours, between 6 and 9 a.m. That's why you feel most alert, strong, and confident after waking. But here's the problem. That rhythm is light dependent. Without morning sunlight, the body loses track of time. Your internal clock drifts, and your hormonal peaks flatten out. You feel sluggish instead of sharp, unmotivated instead of driven. It's not that your body stopped producing testosterone, it's that it no longer knows when to. Now, inside your brain, there's a structure no larger than a grain of rice called the suprachiasmatic nucleus, or SCN. This is your master clock. Every cell in your body, your heart, liver, muscles, even your testes, takes timing signals from it. The SCN's main input? Light. Not from your skin, but from the back of your eyes. Special cells in your retina detect natural sunlight, especially the blue wavelengths that appear in the first hours of the day. When these wavelengths hit your retina, they send an electrical signal to the SCN, which tells your body, it's morning, wake up, produce hormones, prepare for energy. This triggers a cascade. The hypothalamus signals your pituitary gland to release luteinizing hormone LH, the messenger that tells your Leydig cells in the testes to produce testosterone. At the same time, dopamine and cortisol rise, but in healthy proportions, giving you energy without anxiety. Your metabolism speeds up, your focus sharpens, and your cells enter a high-performance mode. Now imagine you skip that signal. You wake up indoors, turn on soft yellow light, and look at your phone instead. Your eyes absorb artificial light that's 100 times dimmer than sunlight, and dominated by narrow LED wavelengths that confuse your SCN. The result? Your body doesn't fully wake up. Your cortisol stays high all day, your dopamine cycle dulls, and your testosterone never gets its morning surge. Over time, this daily disruption compounds. You start feeling tired earlier, sleeping worse, recovering slower. Your muscles don't respond to workouts the way they used to. Your drive, physical and mental, fades. And most men think this is just aging. But it's not. It's a system that's lost its rhythm. Let's go deeper into the research. In 2016, the University of Siena conducted a controlled study with men who had clinically low testosterone. Half the group spent 30 minutes every morning exposed to natural sunlight. The other half stayed indoors. After just 2 weeks, the sunlight group saw an average 200% increase in testosterone levels, while the indoor group showed no change. That's not magic. It's pure physiology. Sunlight does two critical things. First, it synchronizes your circadian rhythm, your body's master schedule. Second, it provides infrared light, which penetrates deep into tissue and supports mitochondrial function. Your mitochondria are the tiny engines that power every cell, including the Leydig cells that make testosterone. When they get more light energy, they work better, produce more ATP, and enable stronger hormonal output. Even more fascinating, infrared light also improves blood flow by stimulating nitric oxide release, the same molecule responsible for healthy circulation. So, morning light doesn't just tell your body when to produce hormones. It also improves how well those hormones travel through your bloodstream and reach their targets. Now let's talk about the forgotten lifestyle factor: sleep timing. Most men don't realize that over 90% of testosterone is produced during deep sleep, specifically between 11 p.m. and 3 a.m. But here's the catch. Your ability to enter deep sleep depends on whether your circadian rhythm was properly set that morning. If you don't get morning light, melatonin, your sleep hormone, releases later at night. You fall asleep later, spend less time in deep sleep, and your testosterone drops. So in a very real way, your morning light decides how strong your night's recovery will be. When I work with patients, I often see dramatic changes from this one habit. Men in their 50s and 60s who start a 15-minute morning sunlight routine not only report more energy, but also measurable hormonal improvements. Their blood tests show higher free testosterone, better insulin sensitivity, and lower cortisol. They don't feel younger, they function younger. Let's build your own simple protocol. Step 1. Get sunlight within the first hour of waking. You don't need to stare directly at the sun. In fact, you shouldn't. Just go outside or near an open window. Expose your eyes and as much skin as possible. Even on cloudy days, natural daylight is 30 to 40 times brighter than indoor light. Do this for 10 to 15 minutes minimum, ideally while moving. Step 2. Pair it with breathing or light exercise. Deep nasal breathing amplifies oxygen exchange and helps nitric oxide spread through your bloodstream. Take slow, deep breaths or go for a walk. If you add simple stretches, you activate large muscle groups that increase blood flow to your core and endocrine glands. Step 3. Avoid sunglasses or screens. Your brain needs to sense the real spectrum of light. Wearing dark lenses or staring at your phone cancels that effect. The goal isn't comfort, it's connection. Step 4. Repeat daily. Your circadian rhythm thrives on consistency. You can't catch up on light. If you miss a day, your internal clock drifts again. Think of it like tuning an instrument. You have to keep it in tune. Now, there's one more reason this works so well: psychological alignment. When you start your day in sunlight, you're not just feeding your hormones, you're resetting your mindset. Sunlight exposure lowers the brain's stress circuits and increases serotonin, the precursor to melatonin. That means calmer focus by day and deeper sleep by night. In other words, the same light that boosts your testosterone in the morning is setting you up for better recovery at night. Modern men often underestimate how much biology depends on rhythm. We eat at random times, sleep at random times, expose ourselves to light at random times. But our hormones are ancient. They evolved under the predictable cycle of the sun. When you bring that cycle back into your daily life, your body responds instantly. Energy increases, focus sharpens, motivation returns, and testosterone follows. Think of this as the simplest biohack you can't buy. No equipment, no supplements, just sunlight. If you live somewhere with long winters or early darkness, consider investing in a 10,000 lux daylight lamp and use it for 20 minutes after waking. It's not perfect, but it's better than letting your system drift. And if you combine that with a cold shower, as we discussed in the previous video, you'll amplify both effects: light for rhythm, cold for circulation. Together they create a natural hormonal feedback loop your body actually recognizes. Gentlemen, this isn't about chasing youth. It's about reclaiming control. You don't need a lab full of supplements or complicated regimens. You need sunlight, movement, and consistency. So tomorrow morning, before the world gets loud, Before the phone calls, the traffic, the noise, step outside. Feel that cool air. Let the light touch your face. Breathe. In that moment, your body is remembering something ancient, something powerful. You're not getting older. You're simply getting realigned. And alignment, not age, determines how strong you feel. I'm Dr. Sienna Brooks. If, like me, you believe in using science to slow down aging naturally, I'll see you in the next video. Don't forget to subscribe because this journey is just getting started.